the Tuesday night marathon round 3, and have we transitioned yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
transitioned.
we have. Okay, so and I go here for the
There. Mm-hmm.
here.
Yeah.
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 How are you doing, Nick?
Okay, a little funny. But, we're surviving. It's I don't know if our viewers know our club director, Abel Talamantes, is leading.
Yeah. Transitions for the chess club.
The world, like your chess game, it has its changes, and so. But something that doesn't change is the Tuesday night marathon. Almost 50 years of the Tuesday night marathon, and lots more exciting games to come here.
And yeah, the Mr. Tuesday Night himself, Elliot Winslow, is playing this evening. And he is black against Jaden Zhu. And I think Elliot has a perfect 2-0 score so far.
No. Oh, can I ask you, Jaden Zhu, how old is he? Got any idea?
No. I'll ask Judith when she comes in.
But of course, not all, especially compared to our Wiley Winslow, who is, I believe he's 69.
69 years old. And how old is Jaden Zhu?
12, maybe?
He's 12.
12 victories. A lot more than Tom's Mima.
Yeah, and I'll try to get the standings up.
I'll let her know.
Actually, I can pull them up on my phone.
Yeah, and
Believe it or not, everybody.
happy birthday to Jaden.
He's turning 15.
Happy birthday to
Happy
Jaden.
birthday today.
It's actually a nice birthday to be on board 1.
Board 1, and he's going to clobber Winslow for his birthday.
And in the chat, what happened to Jaden's hair? I'm used to seeing purple and blue and all of that.
What color is it now?
Like normal is like black.
Oh, okay.
So maybe he matured up.
He's taking this game seriously.
He's taking this TNM seriously as he became normal.
Yeah.
He grew out of it. So
Let me find the standings, and I'll let everybody know what. Although it's only 2 rounds,
and
we can assume that these guys have perfect scores.
Yeah, they do. They both have perfect scores. And then Jude again. So again, happy birthday to Jaden, and yeah, he's been a little Houdini, getting 2 wins on time in the first 2 rounds.
That's right. That's right.
Both times, but
He got lucky. Are you saying he got lucky?
No, I mean I wouldn't say that. I mean I think he complicated the position enough that he put his opponent in the think tank. And,
right.
You know, when you're in a tough position, that's what you're looking to do. You're looking to complicate it, and he did that. So well earned wins. He's a tough player.
Yeah, he is.
So all right, I gotta get back to mine.
Okay, and that's Abel Talamantes heading out into the room. Maybe we'll even see him. We can see the playing hall above us. There he goes, battling it out. Club director. We'll have to see. Is his game up here? It is. He's on board 5. We have to go jump down to board 5.
Oh, it is wonderful.
Okay.
He's playing a top opponent, David Aston, a very good opponent. But we are going to focus on this game.
Yeah. What do you think, Nick?
Well, okay. Pawns are even. Abel's not been able to castle, so David has a bit of an advantage there, and he's mobilized. So a little bit of a tough situation there for Abel, but we just got to root for him in this game. So our outgoing director of the chessboard done so many fantastic things here.
All right. What about Winslow's game on board one?
Wiley Winslow this is a nice shot. Pawn to f4, and Baby Boo is thinking, because what do? You know, that knight on h5 is actually doing a good job. You don't want to take the pawn on f4 and let the knight jump in by recapturing.
And that knight at f3 doesn't really have a good move.
This is it. And if you go pawn to e4, knight to d7, and it jumps into e5, all the black pieces are kind of happy. So it's the perfect kind of situation with the black pieces. You've gotten dynamic counterplay, and so Aiden Zhu's played on the top board, and he's getting his money's worth. It'll work out with the IM Winslow.
Okay. Board two, Ed Lewis versus Kevin Reese. Oh, these are some old timers now, I think. Both of these gentlemen are well, I'll say they're at least 20 plus.
Kevin Reese, he's not an old timer.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, Dutch defense looks good for white because you traded the dark squared bishops, and black has that bishop on c8, which color of its pawns means it's not so active, and yeah, I quite enjoy that white position.
Okay, white.
Just
White.
to d2 now.
And the great Michael Walder is playing Renan Lardent on board 3.
Interesting. Michael Walder, despite his rating or anything, he's a really strong player and one of the best theoreticians in all of California.
Nick, your microphone is low. Do you think you could turn it up a little bit? We're getting some feedback from our viewers.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mic is at maximum. It's I'll try to speak a bit louder. Apologize for my
Oh, it's fine.
somewhat outdated computer. And Michael Walder, he must be doing well here with rook to d8 or something. He's at least going to get the bishop pair.
Yeah.
I think we can call this a success for the black side in this Grunfeld.
Right. Bishop a6. Yeah.
Any of those moves, the black pieces are coming out very nicely.
Yep.
But I might try rook to d8 first to
Yeah.
do that pin, bishop a6 next.
Nice opening for black. He's going to regain his pawn with a good game. And this... Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Luke with Jaja against Lucas Lesniewski.
Yeah.
It's the classic Frank Queen A5 check, but you get to defend your knight with pawn to c3. This is a bit different, though. Black can retreat the bishop and leave that knight in a sort of poor position on him. Black's done well in this opening.
After white plays c3, he's going to have the idea of playing b4, though, as well.
He's got to go b4.
Yeah.
b4, queen to c7.
Yeah, it's a lot of loose pawns.
means there's some action on the queen side, so black is not unhappy.
Okay, let's move along here. And this is David Askin versus Abel Talamantes.
Okay, we must make particular note of this game. Abel is, getting ready to develop his bishop on c8, but it's just white is ahead in development.
Yeah, it's a nice position for white.
You go knight to d5, even
Knight d5, queen d5. Black's under a lot of pressure there.
yeah, so it must be good for black somehow, but and Abel, of course, has to come in, check, see the tournament's running well. But
so he's playing under a handicap. Is that what you're saying, Nick?
yes, playing under a handicap.
I wonder if we're commenting under a handicap too.
I think it is. People can't expect the best from us. We're trying, but.
All right, I'm going to zip down to the next game: Sebi Suarez versus Nursultan Uzakbiev, and this is the top board in the under 1800 section, I think. This not being an open, it's being held in two sections.
So Sebi has been he's played in so many of our tournaments. He's getting better and better. Great young player. And Sultan is also, we've seen him in a lot of tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
Good battle. And it's an Italian game, but it looks like black has seized the center. White has seized the center in the classic way. But I'm not sure whose move it is in this position. On to h3.
It's black's move, yeah.
And if can black go knight takes e4 is my question.
Always, usually a good move.
Trying to do the fork trick, rook e4, pawn to d5, forking the bishop and rook.
That would be very effective, I think. I like it, Nick.
As you destroy the white center.
H3 is too slow, I think.
I think it is. Knight takes e4 looks very good. I don't see some fancy counter that white can do. Just a nice fork trick that seizes the center, trades a knight and pawn for bishop and pawn, and leaves white with an isolated d-pawn.
Okay.
Nice strategy by Sebi, but it's not going to work out tactically if no Sultan hits him.
All right, let's move back up to board one. Let's go back here for a second because white castled here. And Elliott did not take on e3. Which I think I would have done sort of in a flash, right? To leave an isolated or a backward e-pawn for. But Elliott played queen e7.
And knight d2 happened, which is a very interesting move. Oh, what is this? Pawn takes e3, and Jaden doesn't take the pawn back. He goes bishop takes h5. So this is really interesting. And the tempo here can be a big deal. what do you do with black? You can go pawn takes knight on d2. You can go pawn takes f2 check and then pawn takes h5. Gotta worry about knight to c4 happening in the end of all this. Pieces are going to be even. Someone might be a pawn up, but knight c4 could be trouble. Oh, okay, so solid move by Wiley Winslow. He takes the knight on d2 so it can't jump to c4. He keeps his kingside pawn structure intact.
And risks going. Well, yeah. I mean, white still has to regain the pawn at d2. So black should be fine here.
So first of all, that bishop on h5 is attacked, and it's got to move.
I think g4 makes sense, right?
It does. It does. And then maybe you go knight to d7, just trying to develop your pieces, get your black pieces out. Yeah, black can be satisfied with the Benoni here.
Okay. Ed Lewis, Cavan Reese.
Cavan has done something interesting. He put the pawn on g6, so pawns are on h7, g6, f5, e6, d5.
I think black needs the pawn on a6 to complete the strategy of putting every pawn on a light square.
Yes, that's a lot of pawns on light squares, and defines your position. So it's solid.
And the black rook at f8 and the black king at h8 and the black queen at g7 now are all misplaced, being on dark squares.
Well, yes.
The c8 bishop is loving life, and in a sense that's true. It's still alive. It's just sleeping for a while.
Well, white must better. On the other hand, it's a solid black position, so how do you break through? And Cavan is just saying, hey, okay, maybe it looks ugly, but what are you going to do?
Well, let's see what Michael Walder is up to.
He did pin the
He
bishop,
took, yeah, and now black can.
Bonan Laden said, okay, just take me.
And maybe that's a problem sometimes when you sack a pawn and regain it, then you just basically don't have that much afterwards. But black should be better here, huh?
It's funny though, as you say, just you sack the pawn, you're greatly active, but
then what?
okay, you win it back.
And is there some grandmaster formula that about that?
Oh, no, it's just, okay, material is material. Sometimes amateurs are scared when you sacrifice a pawn, but giving back the material is routine for a chess master.
Right. I played over. We were going over some of the games from the Tata Steel tournaments, and looking at ways that the players try to imbalance the games against each other. Like there was a game where Grandelius had 2 knights versus Repor's 2 bishops. And the game where Carlsen sacrificed the exchange, and it looked like it was for nothing,
Oh, that was a marvelous game, I have to say.
Yeah, and overcoming that thing about the exchange being a, oh, I could never give up my rook for a bishop, or something like that. It's a big step for a C player to make, I think, and to be an expert, be willing to sacrifice some material.
Play like Petrosian, not count the points, give up the exchange as he often did.
Alexi Root, how are you? Bishop A6 is the move, suggested by Alexi, and I like it. But then Bishop G7 and Rook E1.
Yes, it's okay. It's about an even game, and we'll see who's playing for the win.
Here comes a famous chess player.
I'm not famous.
I'm going to just talk to him for 1 second, introduce him. Thomas, come here. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. This is Thomas. And how'd you do in your game today?
I won.
You won. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
That was a quick game.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Good. Was it a good game?
Yeah.
It was a good game. Well, congratulations. I used to have a shirt just like that. I have a picture of me when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and it was just like that, a big star on it. Yeah. That's Nick DeFermian, Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, and we were looking at some of the games.
I know
Hi,
Thomas.
Grandmaster Nick.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi.
Yeah.
You had a quick game today?
Yeah,
And
it's pretty quick.
Good. Well, we should look at it soon. Okay?
Okay, but I'm not a really high player, so
You're going to be a good player.
I have an important question. Thomas, is that a Captain America shirt?
Yes.
It's a Captain America shirt. Show everybody. Get into the picture there. This is Thomas with his Captain America shirt.
Yes, on Saturday Night Live, they said you shouldn't dress like Spider-Man.
Why not?
Well, the comedians blamed the whole problems with the economy and stuff on Spider-Man. You have to see the Saturday Night Live. But anyway, Captain America is good, and Spider-Man may be causing a bit of problems right now.
Yeah. And then there's Captain America, Spider-Man, Daredevil.
I don't know him.
You don't know Daredevil?
I don't watch Marvel.
How about Batman?
I know Batman.
You know Batman? So you're a DC Comics?
Kind of.
DC Comics, yeah, I remember that. How about Mad Magazine? Did you ever look at Mad Magazine?
No.
No. Okay, that's an old one. Somebody says they look at you funny when you wear tights in the chess club.
Hey, if you're a superhero, you gotta do what you have to do.
He tricked me. He said that I lost, and I actually bought it.
I'm just kidding.
I know you are kidding, but he still tricked me.
You won.
He won. I
I
know.
know. I was
And
just
I was
joking.
totally buying him. That okay, he lost.
So, yeah, congratulations.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to go back to my job. Say hi to your dad. Thanks for visiting us.
Okay.
Hey, Thomas, one thing before you go, let's take a look at Abel's game.
Oh, yeah, let's look at Abel's game.
Oh,
Thomas, we need your help. We need your help.
He's playing on one of the DGT boards. He's black. What do you think? What do you think about this position? His queen's attacked. He's got to do something about that. And his king can't castle. You think he's got a good position, a bad position, an equal position? Who's better?
I think white's better.
You think white's better?
Yeah.
Hey, Captain America says Abel's in a bit of trouble, so we need some superhero to bail him out.
I see kind of an interesting move here. What about bishop to g4? And then take the knight after you put your bishop on g4.
Like,
What do you think, Nick?
I think that's a superhero move.
It's a
It's a superhero move.
wow. And I suggested it. I'm feeling like an old superhero.
Well, that's because Thomas came to help you out. So
Thanks, Thomas.
you're welcome.
So, but I
Hey, move.
think you're right though. That black is still under pressure here, but Abel's gonna have to. He's gonna have to play a tight game.
I know.
So, how would bishop g4 lose a piece?
Bishop g4, and then probably
Queen takes g4.
yeah, and then
Knight
knight
takes
x
g4.
and then knight x queen, and then kx the queen. Oh wait, and then rook fork,
And then rook fork.
and then
Yeah.
and then rook d7 fork.
Yeah.
It forks the bishop.
Oh well, the superhero. That's why I'm not a superhero.
Well, Paul will find another way.
He played knight d5, rook d5. Right, rook d5 right away. Look at that. He played rook d5 right away.
Didn't even think.
Didn't even think because queen d5 looked pretty strong, pressuring the b7 pawn, keeping an eye on the b7 pawn.
I think Abel might have like a little chance.
He might have a little chance.
Well, maybe he just goes bishop b6, rook chases away rook d8. You're getting the pieces out.
Should white sacrifice the exchange here with rook takes e5? Might be something to think about. Black could take and then go king g8. Maybe that wouldn't be so good. All right, just moving fast.
Is
But-
he low on time?
But that's, no, he's
He's not
not. He's
long.
got an hour and 25 minutes left.
I mean, when I was playing my game, like when I finished, I was pretty quick.
You
so-
played quick. You played really,
Actually, my opponent played quick.
your opponent played quick too. But he played quick and lost. So he gets the blame, I guess.
And after that game, I was actually 1 hour and 29, and he was 1 hour and 39.
So he used less time than when he started? Oh no. No.
So first, I had to wait for him like for 10 minutes, and then I thought long for like. The
So he
game,
was
and then-
late for his
and
game.
Then, yeah, and then for some reason he was still on time.
Huh.
So I think
He must
was
have
playing too
really
fast.
been moving fast.
I know. Wait,
So rook fd1 and black is under pressure.
I'll play
Ooh.
rook b8 because.
But then rook fd1 threatening rook d7. Maybe. Scary. Okay, let's get away from this game for a minute and look at Sebi Suarez.
Who's Sebi Suarez?
He's the top board playing. He's the top board in the under 1800 section. And
Sebastian?
he's a little older than you, I think.
Is he Sebastian?
Huh?
Sebastian?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's my friend.
he's your friend too.
Oh,
Under Pressure. David Bowie and Queen. Yeah, right. So
But
no,
there's
I'm gonna take
something,
off my jacket.
he didn't play this quite right. He moved his knight to the rim.
yeah.
He should have learned the fork trick with knight takes e4.
So here, yeah, knight takes e4 would have been a good move. Really good move.
Why? Oh, because of D5.
d5, and that usually is a good idea in these kind of positions. Almost
Sometimes
always.
I just think of a move and then I was like, is there a better move or is it a bad move? Can my opponent defend it?
You know, the more thinking you do in your chess games, the better. You know. So black plays h6, should have played knight takes e4, and now white's
Now.
got a nice game, huh, Nick?
Yeah, now white, it's like,
What do you think?
it's protected.
White's got the pawn center, which is such a nice thing.
Yeah.
I'll play rook e8 if I'm black.
Rook e8, yeah, that could be considered, but he puts a knight offside with knight a5 instead, and the bishop goes back to f1. It could have just gone to d3.
I agree.
Okay, white's got the right idea to keep that bishop.
Wait, what about b4, a4?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, black needs to be careful here, doesn't get a piece trapped on the queen side.
Or d4, b4? I mean d4,
Yeah,
b4?
But you got to realize your opponent has a brain. Your opponent has a brain, and your opponent might try to figure out what you're trying to do.
Wait,
But you're right, it could be
d5 unstoppable?
It's true, but it's black's move. So, all right, let's go back up to Elliot Winslow's game, board 1.
Now, Thomas, you have to know, if you're going to play the Tuesday marathon, you keep getting better and better, you're going to play Elliot Winslow somewhere.
Have you ever played Elliot before?
Yeah.
You did?
I mean, because he was used to my teacher in the kindergarten.
He used to be your teacher.
Now you're.
Now I'm your teacher. Well, that shows that you've got a lot of common sense, you know. I've been, yeah. No, that's true. Disclosure, everybody. I am Thomas's teacher. He's, we're working on some early aspects of his game, and so I was really glad to see that he won today. But yeah, trading up.
We will not mention that to Wiley Winslow.
Do you want to sit down?
Oh yeah.
Come on, Thomas.
It's okay.
Come and sit down for a while. All right. So you got to get in so that you're in the camera.
Oh.
There you go. All right. And Thomas, you want to do the next game?
Okay.
Actually, got to move. You actually move over a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Just trying to get us both in the camera, sort of. All right. So what's the next game? What do you think? What do you think about this position, though? Let's talk about this position. This is Elliot's. He's an international master.
I already know that.
You already know that,
By seeing here.
right? I
am.
am Elliot Winslow. So, what do you think about this position? I think Elliot's not played this that great. I think White's got something here, maybe. Still.
It's all a very solid position for White, but
Well, I'm
No.
kind of like attacking. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I mean, Nick said.
What do you think, Nick?
I think it's a Benoni, which, you know, when you go like bishop d7, White's fine, rook to e1, rook a e8. If the pawn goes to f4, you go knight d7.
Yeah.
So it's all right for black. It's but it's, you know, good solid position for White too.
It's great to see this opening being played It's not too much seen at the international level anymore. I can't even remember the last time I saw Benoni.
They do it. They do it. It's
So cool.
What about this one?
I kind of want to be black because I'm attacking player.
Right.
I mean, I'm thinking about G5, but
That
there a
hangs the
better-
knight at H5.
Yeah. Oh. Oops.
What do you think about this position, Nick?
Good game.
so it gets Edwin Lewis and Kevin Reed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how it should be bad for the black side because of the weak dark squares. But okay, you know, Kevin's moving around, moving his knights, hitting some stuff, causing some trouble.
I think that white queen is badly misplaced.
Yeah.
It should be on C2 or something like that. It's in a bad spot where it's in, it's being attacked by the black pieces.
Why are they trying to attack the king?
Still, white's got this beautiful knight at E5.
I mean, like, no pawn can, like, try to...
No pawn can attack it.
Yeah.
But the black knight at E4 can be moved out of the way.
I want to know how that happened.
It happened. You want to know how this happened? What opening this was? It was a Dutch defense.
Oh.
And this variation of the Dutch, where black plays like that,
And
that's
then
called.
knight
What's that
F7.
opening called? Do you know the name of this opening?
Nope.
Stonewall. Black is playing the structure called the Stonewall. See, it's like he makes this stone wall. It's against.
And then you do G6.
Yeah, sometimes they put the bishop on E7 instead because watch what happens. White likes to trade off this bishop. See, maybe bishop G5 wasn't so good.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little funny moves here. Look at this knight B1. Is that?
I think you want to play knight D2 or something.
That's a strange. See, white gets his queen over there, but that doesn't look like the right thing to do. I don't think. But the bishops. Yeah, well,
It's a bit better. It's always, there's no tactics yet. So positionally, white's a bit better.
That's right. Black should be trying to put more pieces on light squares. There's one. Okay, look at this move, F4.
Oh.
Because what about G4?
I mean, that's what they played.
Yeah. What's black's answer to that? I wonder. Like if the knight goes back to F6, then the queen, does the queen take on F4? Maybe not. Because if knight takes C3 and then knight E4, even that should work out for black, for white, I think.
What move do you have here, Master Nick?
Yeah, what do you think, Nick?
It's suspicious for black. It's suspicious.
He doesn't trust this for black.
Holding on.
Yeah, he put the pawn on a black square. That's the biggest problem there. Black needed to just put every single piece on a light square, and that would have been the correct strategy.
Well, I'm wondering about pawn to
We're just
G5
joking.
now. Really, just take a pawn.
Yeah, G5 looks good. Knight H5, Knight E4.
And you win a pawn.
What about knight takes C3 after
Well, I would
G5?
go pawn takes F6.
And then you'd be a piece ahead.
So I think poor Kevin has lost the pawn here, which is a rather important pawn because the center pawn.
Yeah, G5 is strong.
And then,
All right, I've got an idea after G5.
what is it?
Knight goes back
Yes.
to H5.
Yeah.
And after you take on E4, I'll take back with the pawn. Queen takes, then I'll play F3.
Wait, how do you take E4?
No, it doesn't work. Nothing works.
Wait, queen x E4?
After knight takes E4, G5, knight H5, then knight takes E4,
Pawn
G-
x E4?
queen E4, and then I was thinking pawn F3, but that just gives away another pawn for nothing
Well, it's probably the best move in the position.
in that
Yes.
position, yeah.
But black will be suffering.
I think even queen F4 is possible here, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Queen F4, knight
Alexei.
takes C3, pawn takes C3, knight E4. Yeah. Yeah. That's almost like you're suckering black into it.
Yeah, positionally be crushed. Right?
Queen F4, knight takes C3, pawn takes C3. Black moves the knight to E4, figuring he wins the pawn on F2, so queen to E3, knight takes F2, but rook to F1.
Yeah, it's just crushing.
All the white pieces form in.
Black's just lost in that
I
yeah.
have to say, Paul, that was really sneaky, and I'm wondering if Thomas agrees with me that queen takes E4 is a really sneaky move.
Queen takes F4 is sneaky. What do you think?
Yeah.
Knight to G5 has something to say for it too.
Knight H5.
Yeah, but then knight E4. And I mean,
Black's a little in trouble.
Black's in trouble. He's losing the E4 pawn, and then
First it was white kind of in trouble, now it's...
well, yeah, Black went bananas with F4.
I
That-
play banana tag instead.
That was what?
I play banana tag instead of banana.
Banana tag. Is banana tag? Do you know anything about banana tag, Nick?
Sounds good.
No, it's a game you play.
It's a video game?
No, it's just like the tag. But it's banana.
Oh, okay. Knight takes C3. Loses a piece to G takes F6.
Yeah.
What's it? It's like regular tag.
No, I mean it's basically regular tag, but like everybody's the tagger, and you have to tag each other.
Okay.
And if you tag each other at the same time, then you have to do rock paper scissors, and the winner wins, and then the loser sits down, and then the person who gets the winner that got the loser, and then when the winner goes down, then the loser.
Right.
It's like some,
Sounds like a fun game.
yeah, but
Do you ever play Ring Alevio? That was another tag game. Or Kick the Can. There was a game called Kick the Can.
I
Have you
don't
ever
know.
heard of that one? There's a can, and there's somebody guards the can, right?
and you kick it.
And the other players try to circle around, and then whoever can kick the can gets to be the person that guards the can, or something
Oh.
like that.
No.
Have you ever heard of that game, Nick?
Knight XC3.
Or kick the can, an old style game.
He played Knight XC3.
He played knight c3, so he's ready to lose a piece after G takes
Yeah.
f6. Queen takes
I
f.
I still like Paul's sneaky way the best. It was very, very sneaky.
Why don't we look at Abel's game?
Yeah, let's move on.
Because now Black's a little losing.
Here's Michael Walder's game.
Who's Michael Wander?
He's a master. he's black in this position, and it looks like he's done well. He's gonna win well.
He can probably take the A2 pawn.
you get the feeling. I get the feeling that black is gonna end up a pawn ahead somehow here,
Me too.
but maybe white will lose the a5 pawn or something.
Oh, black will get a rook on the a file, rook takes c3, you know, try to win that a pawn on a2.
So Michael decided to keep the game in bishops of same color territory, like this. A little better for black. He's got the initiative here. He's attacking the a2 pawn.
Yeah, I mean, just pleasant. You know, everything's pawns are symmetrical, but black is better.
Black is better. Ooh, look at this little cheap shot. But he's got it covered. You can just play king g7.
Wait, can you go?
Oops. We get these funny. Okay. DGT problems. This is how we got here, Alexei. All right, so white's move, even though it says black's move. Maybe we'll have to refresh the page. All right, let's go up. Let's go to let's go to Luke and Lucas.
Oh.
Luke versus Lucas.
Okay, Luke Gata against Lucas Lesniewski. Yes.
If I'm
This is a
Lucas
complicated-
white or black? Lucas is black, right?
Lucas is black. This is a complicated position, huh?
Yeah, but Lucas Gata has played nicely. Got his pawn to a4, his bishop's trying to cover the queen side. It's very logical play.
I think black's best move is. Is it possible maybe a6 or?
I like your idea, a6, and then you can play into c4 with
But
the knight.
then h6 makes him play a5, or like the b6 knight is kind of.
I think you're right. Just don't take that pawn on a4, but bend it with pawn to a6.
And then you can play knight c4 maybe at some point.
But then, yeah,
I don't know. This is
it's very complicated.
Bye, Alexei. See you on Monday.
Okay, well, you know, see what says.
Bye, Alexei.
Bye, Alexi.
That was Alexei Root. I first met her when she was just a young kid.
One day I'm gonna be on there too.
All right. Here's Abel's game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
All right. Thomas, most important, you tell us what's happening in Abel's game.
Here it is.
Okay.
All right. So black has to recapture on d8.
Which is kind of obvious.
And I think,
he can't-
however he does it, he's going to be left with a kind of a tough position, huh?
Yeah, because queen takes d8, white goes queen takes d7,
Seven.
bishop takes d8, bishop takes e5.
Yeah. So he's in trouble. David Askin is a very direct, he's an expert.
But one of the best players in the club, so this was a very tough pairing.
Yeah.
I thought Nick was the best one.
Nick's not in the club right now, so he's not the best player in the club.
Well, okay, I'm
He's the best player associated with the club right now.
Nick, where are you?
well, because of the COVID things, I'm now at home and we get to comment and we see the same games and screens.
Yeah. He's at his house.
Because of COVID, I'm wearing 2 masks.
I should be wearing 2 masks too, but I only have one on me right now.
Wow,
good
that
games?
is really good.
What?
Any good games? Any good games?
Oh no, they're all terrible games. We're talking about something completely else.
Oh,
different.
good
No.
checker games, huh?
No, they're well, we'll skip this game right now. That's Abel's game, and we'll move to Sebi's game.
Sebastian.
Hey, look.
They're making Abel play on the DGT boards tonight?
Yeah.
Huh.
We made him do it. Is why? Look what happened. He won a piece over there with your trap.
Who's trap?
Your idea of playing pawn to b4, and it worked. Black is losing the knight at a5. He got it trapped.
It can go to c4.
No, there's a bishop at f1.
Yay! Yippee!
Oh, my.
Yeah,
My trap works.
we had the Thomas the genius predicted this was going to happen, and look at lo and behold.
But I didn't actually not tell him that.
Because look what
Like,
black played c6, and white played b4. Boom.
You guys have a good broadcast. I'll see you all.
See you. Thank you.
bye. Wait a second. He shouldn't have played c6.
No.
It was a blunder.
Yeah, he took away the square for his knight, and Sebi wins the knight with. All right, let's move on.
Let's go back to Elliot. Is it okay if I put my jacket on the ground?
Why don't you put it on the chair over there?
Okay, but I thought it was do this.
David Howell, yeah. Well, here, my co-commenter just asked me if it was okay if he could put his coat on the ground. I suggested the chair. So,
They both work.
they both work. So what's happened here?
Well, it's solid for I am Elliot. You know, if you control the d5 square,
5 pawns each?
okay, and it's equal except black is better in these equal positions.
Okay, I agree. And it's Jaden's birthday today. He's 15.
Happy
He's-
birthday to you.
Okay, not too loud.
Happy birthday to you.
So who do you vote for then? Jaden or Elliot?
Well,
I'll vote for both. Because since Ella was used to my teacher, and also since it is Jaden's birthday.
yeah, we can root for both of them. I
Yeah.
suppose. What do you think, Nick?
We'll root for both of them.
We'll root
yes.
for both of them. All right. Ed Lewis versus Kevin Reese. Okay, so let's see what happened here. G5 takes, and black has lost a piece.
And it's funny, after losing a piece, you look at the pieces you still have and you say, it's just not so nice.
Yeah, this is black is completely lost here. All right, let's take a look at Michael Walder's. Oh man, he won the exchange.
Wow.
Look at this.
But
How did this happen? Here, hold on. Okay. So he checked and played rook a1, and then lost the exchange after this.
I actually thought of that, but I did not see that rook in d1. I did not see rook d1.
A big blunder by white. So what? But actually,
If I
it
was
looks like white's losing an important pawn here, because if oh no, white can just because if rook a8, rook a2. and the pawn is lost. This is a tough position for white. So, can you see a good move for white here?
I mean, I realized that white can play a better move.
Like,
over
yeah,
here.
better than that. Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, like
So this happened.
better than bishop x bishop. Like maybe rook a8 and then take the.
So black is just going to play king f6 and rook takes e6. All right, this is an easy win for black.
Only if you mess up.
How would you play this if you were black? What would your strategy be?
Probably try to get a pass pawn. Yeah, I
Right, but the pawns are all even. What's a good way for black to try to just wrap this up and win it?
Just for now, I might play rook f1.
Well, then king f3. I mean, do you see another idea? Do you see a simple idea to try to transpose into an easier win, maybe?
I'm thinking about sacrifice.
I think that's a good idea. That's something
I
you
mean,
can think
rook
about if you can't make any
f6.
progress.
I'm thinking about rook f6.
Yeah, but maybe you can try g5 check first and some other things. But
Yeah.
eventually you can get around to that idea of playing rook takes e6 if you had to. That's a good idea. Sack the exchange back. Give the exchange back. That's a good way to think about endgames. Okay, Luke and Luca.
Luke versus Luca. Wait, Luca?
Yeah, that really turned around quickly, that Alder game.
Yeah, Michael. So, if I'm black, I want to put my king all the way over on the queen side. It's not easy to do, though.
Unless you do king g7, rook g8, and then and then king f8.
Where if white can get an attack going here, black's going to be in trouble. But I don't know how to where to put the pieces. That's why I'm no good. Where does white put his pieces to break through here?
Yeah, it looks just good for black.
Yeah. What's black's main idea here?
I'm gonna go to my dad to just
Okay.
drink some water.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks.
Don't forget your
Bye-bye,
scorebook.
Thomas.
Are you coming back?
Maybe?
Maybe he's coming back. All right.
I'm gonna go get some water.
Okay.
But I'll bring my jacket.
Yeah, bring your stuff just in case. And don't forget your scorebook.
Oh yeah, thank you.
All right. I'm going to, actually, I'm going to take a little short break, Nick, and I'll be
Okay,
back.
you take a break. So
I'll leave you with Winslow's game or Abel's game. This is Abel.
maybe Winslow's game is better.
Okay. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yes?
First,
Okay, so Paul taking a little break and stuff happening. Mike Walder just sort of winning the game, really. The exchange ahead is worth a lot. We're not quite sure why it went so bad for Ronan Larden. Suddenly he trade down and he lost the exchange in the position. Sort of quick demise there. Tough game. Luke Wijaja against Lucas was Lesniewski will resume when Paul gets back in the game. So we had Walder and Lardent. That was kind of close, although in the time trouble, Walder came out clearly ahead. And interesting that we were worried about Winslow's position against Jaden Jew, but every move, Black was able to get more solid. He was able to develop that knight from B8 to E5, and that's a wonderful knight on the E5 square. So, pretty good strategy. Yeah, it doesn't seem that Winslow gets his queen trapped. He's on the edge, but all those bishops and things covering the king side, Black could lose a piece in this finish. Yes, I mean, he's aimed White's doing very well. Ed Lewis against Kevin Reese. No, that's one extra positional point for Black. He's completely winning in what they say in the description, but it's hard to get a great position for White side. At least not by force. You sit and you see what things are wrong with the Black position. So kind of jumped the gun in this. But it's okay. You have a great position, you just follow it up. It's got to work out eventually. And we're hearing some background noise on the internet. Sounds a little like Joel Benjamin. Not that we don't have lots of other games going on. And yeah, I'm having a trouble choosing which of the 5 games are allowed for an installer to install in the City of Oakland. Okay, I seem to hear my voice in the background, so I'm going to have to mute the mechanics. Okay. Very good. It's nice to mute things so you don't have the feedback. And let's see, what's going on in the Winslow game? Imperial's still equal, but look at that beautiful Black Knight on E5. Went wrong to the white side. Just allow that piece there. Just a knight, but it's in the center and it radiates power from those central squares. So it's worth practically a rook. And White can't trade it off with a light squared bishop. So Black is just keeping that knight. Nothing tactical going on. But additionally, Black is just way better. We'll see what Jaden does with the white side, but hard finding a move for White. And Black has easy things. Bring in the rook from A1 into the game. We get to A8, we get to E7. Maybe you double on the E line, maybe on the F line. That gives you choices. And Yeah, the black moves are easy to play. White moves are kind of easy to play, except they don't do anything or strengthen anything. If I were white, I'd try to trade queens as quickly as possible. Maybe queen f4, because black's a little better, and it can get more better step by step. You know, the longer time that knight's on e5 unopposed, this means freedom of action for black. Yeah, just easier game for black. And I have to say, I admired the colors in the last years. They've played really well.
I'm back without my co-conspirator, Thomas.
Thomas is an excellent broadcaster, I have to say.
Elliot is it's a typical Benoni, huh?
Typical Benoni getting better and better for black with that beautiful knight on e5. And there are no problems for black in the positions. So it's nice to play the black side.
Okay.
Things like rook to f4, queen to g3. Oh, probably good for the black side.
I think this game is in its last throes here.
Which one, the Winslow game or the Cade and Reese?
The Cave and Reese game.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Now, am I correct? Black is actually even in pawns?
I think black has 7 pawns and white has 6. See, this is what grandmasters and masters do. They count the pawns. It's difficult, you guys, but you know, with a lot of practice, you too can count to 6 and 7.
The black is actually a pawn ahead. I hate his position,
but he's a piece down. After the pawns come the pieces.
Okay, I'm sorry. I knew something was so terrible for the black side, and yes, we've seen that black lost a piece after pawn to g5, and then he was able to go pawn takes f6, attacking the queen.
Right.
For black, for white.
And Michael Walder, Michael Walder has won his game. This game is over. Black won and white resigned. And this is Luke versus Lucas.
And Luke versus Lucas. So what are the ages of the players in that game? Do you have any idea?
I don't. I wish I did, Nick. I'm an old fogey sometimes, or I just don't know I don't know these players that well.
I think Lucas Lesniewski is a young player. Luke Wujaja has been, we've seen his games and last marathon or this. So he's and is this one of the top 4 in
This is board
not in
4.
the,
This is board 4.
I mean, I like White's position with the sort of queenside bind.
Lucas looks like he's in his 20s, and he's. I'm not sure about Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucas is one of the stronger players in the tournament. He's a strong expert.
So, you know, white's got kind of space and the bishop pair, which isn't much in this position, but if white can keep control of the position and slowly build up, it's good. But black has a lot of chances just to break open somehow in the center. Black needs to find some break.
That's why I'm wishing black's king was on a b7 or something like that. Even there, it wouldn't be quite secure to the bishop at g2.
If the king's on b7, then you can never play pawn to d4.
Yeah.
If you could play pawn to f6, would be, yeah, it would be nice to go pawn to f6 and break open the king side if that black king could magically transport herself to d7.
Anyway, we're in for a long struggle here. Here's Abel's game versus David Askin.
Now, even Thomas Gould is having trouble finding good moves for Abel. I mean, we're just rooting for Abel these days. It's oh well. He's got that long diagonal.
And maybe the rook will come out up to h6 and into the game.
So pawn to f3 and then rook to h6 and getting more black pieces into the game. So you gotta do it. Some people sit around, but it's not Abel's style. Abel likes to go for things.
White has one apiece with a very simple trap. Black has a piece for a pawn down. All right, back up to Elliot's game.
Looking for the end game, and I don't blame Jaden Jew. You know, it's yeah, I was suspicious of the
Possibilities of taking on h3 and stuff like that, right?
right. There was lots of threats. Suspicious in the middle game, sort of opening. It's dangerous for white with the pieces on. So
Hey,
trying to reach an end game is very sensible.
thanks everybody for joining us. This is the umpteenth version of the Tuesday Night Marathon. Started back in the early 70s, 1972, by Raymond Conway, club director at the time. With a sudden influx of zillions of people into the chess club.
Back in the Fisher heyday.
Yeah. You know, joining the Mechanics Institute back in the day, I remember what it was, Nick. It was $5 a year. Plus, you had to be vouched for by 2 other members of the club, of the institute.
Wow, it was some trouble joining in those days.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, for that big bucks, Nick. $5 for a year.
but the world has become more enlightened, and we just want chess players to come enjoy themselves at Mechanics Institute.
All right, so black has a pleasant game here. You can take on f4 and play bishop g6 maybe, or maybe he'll find something even stronger in that position.
Yes.
This game is over. White, I think white won. There hasn't been a move for a while, and the results are not updating automatically. So this game was won by black, and this game white goes for it with g4.
Which game you're talking about?
Luke and Lucas.
Okay.
White is going for it with G4.
I don't know. I'm suspicious about that move. That's so weakening the king side.
We're getting a real bloody fight here. Hello, Adfost. Here's Abel's game. So rook h6, huh? That looks better than pawn to e4. I say get that rook into the game.
Yeah, somehow it was old theory to go pawn to e4. It's just the classic a6 that good for your garden.
Are you talking about Abel's game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Sebi, this game is still white up a piece. So no change there. Back up to Elliot's game. Would c6 have been better in Abel's game? Let's take a look at that really quickly. Can't black play bishop takes c6? Oh, I see. No. Bishop takes c6. What's the answer to that? It might have been possible. I like f3 is not that bad. But black is getting a little somewhere with rook h6.
Yeah, so that's where the rook belongs. So it's
All right, back up to Elliot's game.
hey, it's an end game. It's an end game, and black is just happy with that knight on e5, but nothing so much for black. But okay, there's dark squares are more under black's control.
Yeah, as long as white is careful strategically here, he might be able to hold.
Yes, but white is under pressure.
Yep.
No doubt about that.
Okay. I'm calling the Edward Lewis game as a win for Ed Lewis, and the Michael Walder game as a win for Michael Walder. And now we're back on board 4 with Luke Widjaja versus Lucas Lizhnewski.
Okay, so you're going to the real games. It's not the sort of wipeout of Kevin Reese or.
Well, those games are over now. Actually,
okay, they're officially over.
I think they're officially over. Yeah, there's nobody sitting on board 3. I don't think. Or board 2, for that matter.
So the big Luke versus Luca match, and White's got kind of a king-side advance, but has to be careful of some black counterattacks. So on to g5. Break up the white center, but the whole question is, does white get some really good attack? And it's a very sharp game.
Yeah.
I think well played by both players.
Yeah.
And it's going to be risky no matter what, because you just sit there as black. White builds up an attack. And each move or 2 moves sort of gets worse and worse. So good to seize your opportunity when you can. And
Play g5.
maybe g5, yeah. Maybe f6. But the That white center's still a bit loose at this point.
All right, let's go to Abel's game. Oh, King E7, huh? I think that seems to be putting the king into danger. I don't like that move.
Yeah, but gotta go somewhere. You gotta let that rook out.
Well, we liked rook h6. Although there were probably problems with that too.
Yeah, I mean, all of them, some.
Yeah. Okay.
feedback.
Here's Sebi's game. Still, that must be over. Or it should be over anyway. Black is lost. And boy, knowing Elliot, this game has just begun. You know.
He gets to play the long game,
Yeah.
not trying to wipe people out. But then somehow, suddenly, when he gets in an end game, it goes rather smoothly. And this game, again, just with that beautiful knight on e5, should be good for the black side.
Remember, Nick, just because you have a beautiful knight on e5 doesn't mean it's doing anything.
Paul is quoting, this great book from Polodevsky, where you put your pieces where they look really good, or maybe they're so very good, except they don't work together. They don't do the job.
Yeah, it actually has to do something. Look at this rook c8 move.
That's a little off. Let's point that out.
I mean, that is a Nimzovician move to the max. He's preventing white from playing b4.
I suppose it's nice snow there where you live, but to be told you have to collect snow, that's tough.
What is this about snow?
I'm sorry, just a little off tonight. It's
All right, Jaden Zhu on his 15th birthday is having a bit of a rough go here against Elliot, but it's still happening.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jaden. Right?
Judith is wishing you a happy birthday.
15? Is that really 15?
15.
Oh my god, kids are growing up, right?
Kids are growing up.
I can't believe it. Let me join you for a few
Okay.
Okay.
I gotta put my mask on.
It's fine. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
We can't, right? Yeah.
With
so
me is Judith Starry,
hi guys.
the world famous
World famous. No, it's
chess organizer, and
217 organizer of the year.
not. Yeah.
right. Mechanics Institute has been very fortunate to have two chess organizers of the year working here, as well as Grandmaster Nick DeFermian, of course.
How is Abel doing? Oh, Jaden, the birthday boy. Birthday boy, how's the birthday boy going?
Birthday boy, Elliot's mean, so he's not gonna be nice to the birthday boy.
Yeah.
But it's still
And
it's
he's
still
making-
within the realm of a draw, maybe, if
Okay.
Jaden's careful.
Well, draw is a good birthday present, right?
Yeah, this game
That's
is
done,
a win.
That's done.
Right,
And that's done as well.
right,
I just
and
said the results, so.
Luke. Okay, and Black played G5, like you said, Nick. All right,
Can open on
but
King's
we're
side.
going to Abel's game.
Yeah, and because Tobias is recommending c6 instead of f3 or rook c1, right?
Well, I think White's doing okay anyway.
Yeah. Let me count the pawns, right?
That's what Nick and I have trouble with. So you can help us by counting the
Five
pawns.
for black and I think 6 for that was the case
Yeah.
about a half an hour ago as well.
But Judith, what can you tell us about David Askin? I think Abel got himself a very tough pairing tonight.
How did this happen?
I have it's all my fault, as we know. Everything is my fault.
No.
And because I forgot to set the buys for Abel, he asked for round 1, 2, 3 buy, and I forgot to set it, so he's playing.
So he's in the tournament.
Yeah, well, he is in the tournament, and he wants to continue playing once he's done with the.
I see.
When he's finished the position here, but he wants to come back and continue to play, so that's why we entered him into the tournament. But I forgot to set his buy for tonight, so he has to play, and obviously David is someone he would not.
Yeah, it's a good pairing for him.
Yes, and also Abel, I think, respects David a whole lot, and so
Sure.
I don't think he wants to give up his game against him.
He's in a little bit of trouble here, maybe, though.
Yeah.
He's a pawn down, and is he losing another pawn, Nick?
Yeah, it was
He's losing a pawn because like king f8, bishop takes e5, pawn to f6. Looks like bishop takes f6 would be.
There's no move to defend both of those pawns, right?
That's
the problem,
that's
right?
the problem.
Yeah.
And Black could try maybe f6, queen g7, bishop back to. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's horrible because then bishop c4.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Abel's in a bit of trouble, but I have faith. Something's
Yeah.
gonna work out for him.
Yeah, there's
White
no
wins
way.
another pawn now. Tobiah Rex. Yeah.
Well,
That means we should look at Sebi's game, and he's still a piece up.
nice.
So Sebi has just been on cruise control here.
Yeah.
He's winning
Yeah,
easily.
he is winning a pawn, Tabia. Yeah, that's what we were concluding. Yeah, and the other news is that a lot of mechanics players were at the Golden State Open. I was fortunate enough to be in the TD crew there, and I was so happy to see everyone from Sammy to Alex Chin to
How old is Luke, by the way?
I have no
Is he
idea.
is he an adult?
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
have no
Not
idea.
Lucas, but
I
Luke.
can, you know what? We can always tap into the FIDA database and look at
No,
the
you-
birthday. Yeah,
that's
it's fun. It's fun. So, yeah, it's
Luke with Jaja.
I just have to go. You
Look
know,
at
I
this.
usually go
The
to.
computer's running low on storage.
Okay, noted.
Okay.
So I have to go to. I'm going to the mechanics website. Into the TNM website because we have the standing there, and if you just click on the player's name, then it will take you to the USCF page, and that will take me to the
So you
FIDA.
know all these things.
Yeah, you see. So
Oh, there's FIDA.
yeah, well, FIDA, and then we click on the FIDA profile, and that will have his age, well, his birthday, 2009.
Okay, so he's a kid.
He is a kid. By all means, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
2009.
12, 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in other words, a veteran of the Mechanics Institute.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah.
So
Yeah. Someone is telling us. Who's Yingbi? Do we
I don't know.
who's
No,
Yingbi?
he's been Yingbi. I'm not sure who Yingbi is.
Yingbi, who are you? Let us
I
know.
think he's maybe one of the parents, because he
I
was
see.
talking about Jaden. He knew about Jaden.
Oh,
being-
Jaden's mom. Yeah.
Is that Jaden's mom? Okay.
So actually, congratulations to you. Happy giving birthday
yeah.
to you. I always thought that any birthday, the mom should be getting some
Oh,
presents
sure.
as well, right?
Definitely.
So
That's a very good point.
I think so.
Yeah.
having
Yeah, moms
three
are gonna
kids.
remember that day.
Oh yeah, every single one of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
And you have what? 2 kids, right?
It's
2
my
daughters.
daughter's birthday today.
Oh yeah, too.
By the way, Ying B. That's right. It's my daughter's, one of my daughters'
So
birthday.
they should.
She's 29. Happy birthday, Katya. I'm gonna say that to her.
Katya? That's a nice name.
Yeah, Katya.
And what's the other one?
Romilly.
Romilly. Katya and
Romilly.
Romilly. Wow.
Katya and Romilly.
Nice names.
Thank you.
Very, very fun names.
Thank you. I gotta say, I picked them out. My wife, she was very happy with the names.
Nice.
They
Yeah.
were like,
Katya.
Um,
That's good.
when I was a kid, I went to school with a girl named Romilly. When I was a little kid, and I always remembered that name,
Yeah.
Romilly.
That's
You know,
nice.
It's a neat name. And then Katya, I had a friend that was named Katya as well.
That,
so-
that's like a Russian sound.
yeah, it's
right?
like it's Katya. It's a diminutive, I guess,
Yeah,
of
but
Katerina.
ty is a one letter in Hungarian.
Right.
Ch. We have these double letters,
Right.
right? It's one sound but double
Right.
letters.
I see.
And
yeah.
ty is ch.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Right.
Katya.
Katya.
Yeah. That's
Spelled
fun.
differently in Poland and all
Oh,
those
yeah,
places.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
With a J in Poland.
yeah, exactly.
They like their names. They're unusual for their
That's
peers.
always good.
So they
Unusual names.
yeah, they liked it.
I keep telling my girls because my girls have like Shatsi and everyone calls her Sassy or Satsi or something like that.
Right.
And I keep telling her, well, but one day it will be okay.
It'll be very cool.
It will be
Yeah.
very cool. Now it's not so much.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to chess.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No.
I'm gonna go and see if there's any tournament directing. And
Okay.
I will push
Hey.
back the video for you.
No,
there
you're
you
fine.
go. That's
Okay. Ah.
That's life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Now Judy isn't playing the game. She's
Judith's not playing.
sometimes she plays while she's directing, just like April does. So.
And here is Abel's game.
Abel is in trouble.
He's
I have
2
to say.
pawns down. Yeah, this is like an accident scene. We don't want to watch that.
Yes, you're sort of hoping that something can happen. It's
Sebi is just winning here, still a piece ahead. And here's Elliot's game. White, I think White's in a little bit of difficulty here, maybe.
I'm sorry, you're talking about Elliot.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just hard to move anything that's really active.
It's funny, even if you put the white bishop on e6, there wouldn't be the threat of going to f7 because of that incredibly strong knight at e5.
Yeah. That is one beautiful knight on e5 and the source of black's advantage. You don't have to calculate tactics or anything, just radiates power from the center.
Okay, we know what happened in these games. Here's Luke versus Lucas. And this has gotten really heated up, Nick. White is trying to solve the issues tactically here.
Well, I gotta say, that's the fun way to do things. So, yeah, I mean, I like that he's done it. And, but Lucas Lesneski has forced the issue with the pawn to g5 move, which positionally you crush the white center. But it does open the king side, and the f-file's open.
Bishop
Lots
d4.
of sacrifices could happen here.
Right, like on f7.
Yes.
All right. Well, black is in the think tank. Let's move on here to Abel's game. Oh no.
Yeah.
Abel's just played rook g6, but white's getting there first with queen c7.
Yeah, queen takes f3 would be a nice move, but you get checkmated in one move. And the question is, what else can you do against that rook d8 check? Ouch, ouch.
Bishop d5.
Bishop d5 keeps it together.
For one move.
Yeah, it's gotta try it. You gotta try bishop d5, and something's wrong with the black position. Like you could go pawn to c6 probably would
Yeah.
end it, but
Let's quickly look over to Elliot's game because somebody's asking a question there. Bishop g4 winning a tempo and going to bishop f5 would force the black bishop to move or exchange, and white's knight could finally get to e4, attacking d6. That is a good thought, a really good thought.
probably the best question. But yes, anyway, black is better. You'd have to take some time to do that maneuver to trade off your bad bishop. It's not that much better, but it's better for black.
Okay. Bishop f5 can be met by rook f8 maybe too. Also the queenside pawns become weak. Knight d3, blah blah blah. And we know what happened there and there. This game is heating up. Here's Abel's game. He plays bishop d5. Can he hold on, Nick?
Yeah, pawn to c6 might be the end there. Yeah, that's...
He's probably looking for the mate with rook d5, which is not there.
Yes, when you have such a great position, you sort of want to finish with a flourish, but sometimes it's better to be prosaic and just, okay, some move that'll knock them out.
c6 is devastating.
Yeah, it's wins at least a piece. There could be other moves too.
Okay. Sebi is...
Now, now Sebi is a clear piece up.
And now he can win another piece. Right, with rook c8 and knight c6.
Oh, rook c8, you have to take with the bishop, keep the bishop on a5 defended, and that's going to be a fork on the c6 square.
And another piece.
Okay, well, he's gotten greedy. I like it.
He hasn't
Just
done it
grab
yet.
the stuff.
Jaden Shu is a time pressure addict, and Elliot has plenty of time. Luke and Lucas are still... I'm just flipping through the games, Nick.
Yes, that's the biggest even battle, Luke and Lucas. I mean, a very sharp, interesting battle.
All right, well, let's... I pulled it up again. Let's look at that.
Yeah, I always like those positions where you can play slowly with your advantages. but Luke is not letting him do that.
So what happens if, say, knight d3, queen d3, bishop g5?
Oh, can we hit you with rook takes f7? Is
Right. King f7.
King f7, queen to h7 check.
That's probably the end of it.
Probably, yes. It looks like all the white pieces jump in with check against the black king. Yeah.
Okay.
Games are at their critical point here.
Yeah. Sebi has played knight c6 first, allowing black to play rook c6, after which will only be a rook down.
Okay, a rook down and good squares for the piece.
Yeah, okay.
Almost chunked that game up.
Yeah. Elliot plays c4.
Okay, that breaks the position. Putting a pawn on a white square, does seem a little odd. Now, white has control of that d4 square.
And the king is coming up to take position.
Yeah, it's I don't like that move that he did from c5 to c4.
All right, so he's trying to just play b5. That's his whole thing here.
Yeah, seems a little too direct to me. I would have gone over to the other side and thought about dark square, but Elliot is just okay. He's forcing in his own pawn to b5. So seems to think he knows what he's doing.
And I can see white meeting b5 with takes at knight a2 or something. Let's say king d4.
Yeah, those things are possible.
King d4, b5, takes, knight a2.
The white has resources there. It's when the king gets into the game, it's an extra piece. So the white king was able to walk up on the dark square. Makes it a powerful part of the game.
Okay. This game has entered into a new phase. I keep going to these games that are finished. Here's Luke versus Lucas, and this game is definitely a tough one for both sides. Abel. Oh, he played bishop c4 instead. And Abel is just falling apart here.
Bishop c4 is also an excellent move, and what can you do?
White can play bishop takes d5 and be a piece ahead here.
Ooh, tricky move, which
doesn't quite work.
Loses at least a piece. Bishop d5, rook c7, bishop a8.
All right, Abel. Thank you, but
you got something really tricky. No, it's hard.
he fought the good fight. That's what he did.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking for swindling possibilities, but kind of late for.
And Luca is still. I mean, Jaden is still thinking against Elias rook c5, and Lucas is still thinking about his response to bishop to d4 in that game. I think, I think Abel has resigned
Okay.
because the clock stopped,
Fair enough.
and
Fair enough.
Sebi is up a rook.
Okay. I mean, resigns is one thing, only up a rook. Well, we think Sebi will win, but we're not going to chalk it up quite yet.
No.
Game over till it's over.
We might get an early evening here. It's not even 9 o'clock. And a lot of games are finished. Although I think we can count on Elliot to play this out for quite a while. This is definitely the game of the evening here.
Not clear at all. Not clear. But, somehow a little better for Wiley Winslow. It's,
Hey boss, we roasted you. No.
You should have.
Come sit down. Tell it like it is.
Yeah. It was, I thought it was pretty interesting.
We didn't see the whole game, but let's go over your game here.
Yeah. So, actually, yeah.
Here.
So I'm black,
You're black.
and I kind of got myself into some trouble.
This is chess room director. This is a Tarrasch defense.
Was it? I had no
Uh-huh.
idea what I was saying. I played something kind of
Maybe going back to D6 or E7 there.
D6, yeah.
E7 is safe.
E7, yeah.
But this is provocative. It's not bad.
Well, I played
That I don't know about either.
Yeah.
Maybe castles.
I was trying to like do something a little different and just kind of see where it goes. I mean, honestly, this is unknown. This is not like a novelty.
Right. Probably gonna,
Huddled up.
but
with-
it's not that terrible. It's not terrible. I don't think. Although white's, you're developing white's pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I sort of was like constricted, but then all of a sudden I sort of like, so I played King F8. I felt I had to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
I think you're in
So-
some trouble here.
I was in trouble, but then all of a sudden I started realizing, those the bishop that I had on C7 and C8 created some opportunity because I'm threatening bishop G4, and so he goes here, right?
Yeah, we were looking at a line where you lost a piece there with bishop G4. It doesn't work.
Oh, it doesn't work here. Why?
Yeah, after knight D5. Now, if you play bishop G4,
No, not here. Yeah, here no.
Right,
But
he plays queen takes G4.
But here, right? Say he plays A4.
yeah.
I played. Then I played. bishop.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, yeah. So this didn't work. So I did this right here,
yeah.
here. It's still not good, but then like I felt like all of a sudden,
He took that pawn, right?
yeah, it took that pawn, but like I was fine with that because I felt like it sort of gave me time because then he comes back.
You could have taken the other pawn too. That's what I would have done.
Well, that's because
Greedy.
filthy greed is
Greed,
all,
filthy.
you're a
greed.
capitalist. That's why.
Yeah.
So, but then he goes here, and then here, goes there. I bring it over here, and now I'm thinking, all right, maybe I can like try to scare him, right?
Yeah,
Because-
you are scaring him.
And then he
We
plays
thought rook h6 maybe.
plays f3, which I thought it was a little bit slow, although it obviously defends the g2, right?
Yeah.
And this is where I messed up.
Yeah, maybe rook h6 is
Rook
bad.
h6. I felt like
Although he plays rook d1 and you're kind of a little bit on the spot.
rook d, but I had an idea of if rook d1.
Maybe just go back with the bishop.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nick? No, Nick's fallen asleep, perhaps. I think he has.
He's out.
Hey, everybody. Grandmaster Nick Defermian is asleep at the switch.
The wheel.
Asleep at the wheel. Yeah. We're pushing the wheel with it, but
Well, we're gonna let him.
Well,
Here. Let's see. How can we do this?
we're going to just put him out of the broadcast. Is that right?
Can we do that? Oh no, it's not that one.
I'll keep him in.
Boom.
Sleeping
Keep him in.
Grandmaster, yeah.
How about there? Boom. Oh no, because it takes you out.
We're both in the same frame. You got to leave it.
Oh no, I could take it out. But you know, what? It's part of the character.
It's part of it. We
part
got
of
to
the
keep
character.
it in.
So
We gotta keep it in.
anyway, yeah. So King E7 was just kind of like that because it led to this.
Yeah,
and I started losing
another
pawns.
pawn.
And I felt like if I had just done Rook H6, at least I have like a chance.
Yeah, King E7 was the king was a safer over there.
Yeah. So I actually missed this line where like I lost the pawn, and I mean the rest is like
History.
history.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
was a
and-
nice move.
and then-
It's a little cheapo.
And look at it, I'm still trying to fight here.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I missed that one, obviously, but
Abel, you fought the good fight.
yeah,
And that's what you do.
I tried to fight and until I couldn't fight anymore, and then, as in a lot of other things,
As in everything.
as in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Are you coming in on Thursday?
yeah, I'll be here Thursday.
Okay, because Nick, hello Nick. Nick and I are I think are planning to at least at some point go and we'll take a
Hey.
walk to North Beach or something
Yeah,
like
that that sounds great, and the idea you suggested earlier, that is fantastic, and I can't wait. That sounds good. Yeah, I'll be here for sure Thursday.
Yeah,
So
good.
yeah. So like I had,
We'll be in at 11.
I had announced prior to the start of the round that January 31st is gonna be my last day as
We're gonna
chess
miss
director.
you. We're gonna miss you. I know you're on to better things, which you may or may not be at liberty to divulge. But in any case,
No. So I did accept a position as chess director at the Hamilton School in Novato, which is a K through 8 school. And they got funding for a multi-year full-time program. It's a public school, majority Latino kids. Spanish is my first language, so and they have like over 100 chess players,
wow.
and they're just trying to organize them to form a club team that's for fun, but also form a competitive team
Sure.
that'll travel to the nationals as time
Right.
goes on.
Right.
And so I start February 1st there, and so I'm doing that.
You're being congratulated.
Oh, thank
to
you,
Biorex.
Thank you.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna miss you, but we're happy that you're on to
And
a good place.
and like I was saying, people love the club, they love the community, they love sort of the camaraderie and everything that we have here. I was just urging all the players and all the supporters, just stay vigilant in your love for the club, and let mechanics know how you feel about it, and send an email, express your support. If you have things we could do better, definitely express that. But it's important for people that love the Mechanics Institute, love the club, to show and demonstrate what you think of it. It's very important. Stuff like that goes a long way, more than people realize. So,
Oh yeah.
So definitely show your support and express what you think about the mechanics to the powers that be, because it's very, very important.
Well, you have. You're the second director that I've worked under, and both extraordinary people. John Donaldson, first of all, and now you. I'm like just incredibly lucky to have worked with such supportive people. I mean, supportive of me. I consider both of you dear friends now. Seriously.
It's Yeah,
You know, no matter what you need, I've got your back.
I know you do. Everyone here in the chess department does, and Judith over here too, and Nick, and no, the group we have here is just the best group you could ever ask for. The community that's out there playing and supporting and you know following us is just the best. You know, it's over 3 years been here. It's just been an amazing ride, and yeah, I mean, you guys will always be part of my team. Right? It's like when you have sort of the closeness that we've all developed. No matter if we go branching out and doing other things, it's like the four of us are always going to be a team. And even though I'm taking this position, I'm still going to be here playing. Probably occasionally directing if you need. So this is my club. So it's I'm not gone for good. It's just
Nobody ever is.
doing as you know, chess players, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, for those that know a little bit of my background before, I played chess as a scholastic player, and then when I was around 18, I stopped, and then I got back into chess when I was like 38, 39, 20 years later.
It's there. The same people.
And the same people were there, right? It's like, it's like, wow. It's like...
Same thing happened to me.
Everyone's still playing,
Yeah,
right? So,
I know. Same thing happened to me. I went through a very long period of time, lost touch with a lot of the chess world. When I came back, they were right there.
Yeah, they're still playing.
Right there for me, and as friends, and as a link to my own past.
And just to give like a small, there's so many examples that I mean, when I was like, 12, 13 years old, I was running around in the South Bay with, Craig Marr and Alan Howe and, people like that. But Mark Drury, who recently played the TNM, and he started his own chess club, Menlo Park Chess Club. I remember I was like 14, 15 years old. We played each other at the Palo Alto Open, and he was my 6th round game,
right,
where I had gone 5-0. And then I played Mark, and I won that game.
Wow.
And I went 6-0, got clear first.
I don't think I've done that in a tournament.
I won a fortune, $250.
Nice. Who says there's no money in chess?
And it was after that win I crossed 2,000.
Okay.
And if not for the floor, I'd probably be 1,200 now. So thankfully, my floor is 1,800. And for Nicholas Wang, or Nicholas Wang's dad, I'll be working at a Hamilton School in Novato as their chess director there. Cool opportunity. Only chess. Trying to build a team to compete. And but I mean, that school is about 15, 20 minutes from here, not that far.
No.
So yeah, and actually, I once we really get organized, we'll be bringing the kids here to mechanics to compete in the scholastics and stuff. I said, well, we'll be around.
We're scared.
You should be, because in about 4 or 5 years, I'm planning to have like 4 or 5 2,000 players. So
Yeah.
so all right, well, I'll let you get back to the other games.
Sure.
I'll drop
You want
in.
to take a look at Elliot's game before you leave?
Actually, I have not been following anything. It's the birthday boy, Jaden. How's he doing?
Jaden's holding tough against Elliot. He might have gone the wrong way with this king, though. We were looking at king d4. So this is a tough little game here.
And the interesting thing, king d4 from the lesser skilled player looks more dangerous, but I couldn't tell you why.
Well, it does look like you're putting your king right in the jaws of the black position, but it's difficult to get at that king. But maybe king d2 is good too. This is a tough little fight.
Bishop d3 here, or what?
Or maybe no, because then knight e4.
Oh yeah.
See, so probably bishop g6.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Nick? Elliot's still got some problems here.
Yeah, bishop g6, little better for black, but not that much. It's Jaden's doing a good job.
Oh, the one thing I'm looking at clearly is Jaden's time. He's got 29 minutes left.
Yeah. And I'm seeing a little tactic here for white. Like if bishop g6, then maybe pawn to b4. And if takes en passant, rook b4. Maybe that's too fancy.
Like you're trying to get too cute.
I'm trying to get too cute. Yeah.
And then how did Mike
Well,
Walter do? I saw he
it's a
finished.
thought there.
Mike Walder won.
He won his game, yeah.
Mike Walder won. Ed Lewis won.
Yeah. I know Ed Lewis wants a shot at Elliot again.
Yeah, everybody wants a shot at Elliot.
Okay. Oof.
This is okay. What about this, Nick? Whew.
Oh, that's tough right there.
Rook f8 looks pretty forced.
Well, this has been the entertainment of the round, this game. With,
Yeah.
Black taking the center, but taking big risks on the king side. So,
Yeah, look at, I mean, he played g5 here to undermine the white pawn structure, but it's right in front of his own king. And white just directly took there, gave up the e pawn. Whoops. Gave up the e pawn.
This is
And now, I was wondering about this. What about knight f8, or is that just too passive? Knight f8. Oh, queen h3. Oh. So he goes this way, threatening mate and won. e5, and now this threatens.
No, not the threat. Just
But maybe rook f7 was better? Could white have played...
Probably g5 was too risky in the first place. And it's you just not supposed to open up your own king.
Could white have played rook f7 here, Nick? Instead?
Just open it up.
Well, I don't know. King f7, queen h7, king e6,
e6.
queen f5. Oh, king goes to d6.
Just gets away.
Well, you can play queen
It's a
g6.
maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe. Okay. So what does black do here?
This looks stronger what he did.
Yeah. Rook f8, g6.
Yes. And black is only suffering here.
Man, Luke with Jaja playing
He's got plenty of time.
pretty strong chess.
Rook
too.
f8, g6 is winning.
Probably it's just winning. Yes, it's probably have to take hope there's only a perpetual, but it's got to be more than a perpetual. Yeah, you're probably winning a piece with checks and
Queen e6,
switch.
queen e6 check, and bishop d5, if nothing else.
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. Yeah.
We'll skip
Battle
over
of the
that.
loops.
I'm gonna go help out Judith out there. Let you get, and I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay, all right. Yeah. This is our rook down. Sebi is just on cruise control here. Nur Sultan has been just down the whole game. Here's Elliot's game. Elliot's still thinking. Well, he's got lots of time to think here.
It is yeah, well, what is he thinking about so much?
He's thinking,
Bishop's attacked.
yeah. What's the big deal? Move the
You
bishop.
have to move it.
Maybe he fell asleep, Nick. People.
Well, that's my line. That's not Elliot's.
This looks just lost for black. Lucas plays a very principled game of chess, but it can turn against you to play like that too.
Yes, it is a great idea to break up the center. It's just when your king is getting checkmated, that's sort of the more important thing.
Right. Okay. Let's go. We're down to our last 3 games. One of which is just a complete crush.
Yes,
Elliot's.
Sebi's game is, it'd be an interesting game if there weren't that extra white rook.
And this game is probably going to be, should be over, I think, shortly. Can you see anything for black here? Take on d4. Queen f7 and g6. Does taking on d4 do anything?
I think you can, maybe the best shot, but take on f7, and you can do things with check, queen back to h5 check, and the check, and a rook f7, and
that's it. It's made. Yeah, made. Yeah. No need to get too excited. No need to get excited. Sebi's playing. I'm always impressed by players who just play on a rook down or something as though nothing is wrong, and
They're waiting for the haymaker.
they're waiting for their ride. Yeah, I don't know.
The haymaker.
The haymaker. So Elliot finally goes back to g6.
Well, there was that famous game where Tall played on not a rook down, but a rook, a bishop, and a knight down.
I love that game against Portish.
Against Portish, sort of like it didn't matter. And then Portish, takes another piece, and Tall just ignores it. And
That's a brilliant game. Yeah, you all should. That goes down to a swindle game, I think.
Kind of a swindle. It ended in a draw for those listening, but it was, that you focused that, okay, you can get something going for yourself even when it looks like a very dark and hopeless situation. And that's why so many of us who love Nico Tal, and just say, well, what would Paul do in this situation?
He would sacrifice all of his pieces.
So the Battle of the Loops, it looks like it should be over, but Lucas Lesniewski, he pulled a rabbit out of his hat.
He's thinking. I think White should have put his king on d4, but
The great Winslow, and the man in any Tuesday night marathon.
all right, we'll jump up to the 2 Lucases again. Black is still thinking after Queen h5. Sebi Suarez is now just about completely winning here. A rook ahead.
He's got it. Sultan has to take with the pawn.
And he did.
So.
And now White can just march the king up to d4, play f4, and king up.
Yeah, okay. It's a rook up with only a bishop left, so the simpler it gets, more short it gets.
And look at that, he played b4. My weird idea.
Paul's idea. Very good, very good. Probably an excellent move, really. Pawn takes pawn and passant rook b4 is ought to play for the white side. Yeah, pawn takes b3 rook b4 would be nice for white. So probably you need to go back rook c7
And then black's
and
whole.
chase that rook away.
Yeah, he goes back, and now king goes back, should go to d4, probably.
Yeah, white is very okay in this position after that strong move pawn to b4.
What's the right idea here for white now?
Well, I again like your idea, get that king to b4. You could start with pawn to a5, but you could also just go king e3.
Yeah, this has been b4 was a good move. Really good move.
Excellent move, and you called it about 20 minutes ago.
It's looking better for white now. I mean, better in the sense that he's kind of recovered himself a little bit.
Yes, yes. He's a little short of time, has half the time.
But it's his 15th birthday. And he moves his king back to e3.
Wow. Doing very, very well on his 15th birthday.
Okay, let's look at Luke versus Lucas. And black is still thinking after queen h5. I think black is just toast here.
It seems that there really isn't any decent defense.
And the Sebi is just opening up, deciding to go for it with a4.
Okay, you know, it's
Good enough.
you can go pawn takes a4, but that extra white rook is never decide.
All right, back to. Let's stick on Elliot's game or Luke's game for a minute. Luke and Lucas. Black plays queen d3.
Okay, I mean it's five. It's
Queen f7. And he played that so quickly. So what, g6 now?
lots of good moves there. Queen f7, king to h8. You can go rook f3 and win the queen. You can go pawn to g6. And the pawn to g6 sure does look good.
Yeah, where's the defense? I mean, on that. I don't see it. Knight f6, rook f6. Or g7 check and g8, queen check.
And you get an extra queen with a discovered check.
That's usually the end of the game.
Pawn to g6. Okay, that should be it. Luke would grab those.
Nice game. The kids are in the ascendance here. This game is just more of the same. Elliot's thinking here. He's got a tough game here.
Yeah, he has to work tonight.
Okay, so what about knight d3? Is that bad? Bishop d3 and take with the pawn?
Yeah, probably you shouldn't take that knight, but it attacks the b pawn, so.
But maybe you can take it and then just play your king back to d2 or something.
Yeah, and then you hold the dark squares, so that's pretty good.
Okay. Luke and Lucas. I think the clocks have stopped. Yes, it's a win for white. Nice game.
It was,
Black took a chance with his g5 move. He didn't want to see white do a slow build-up on the king side, but he just got dismantled.
lost his king protection, and that g pawn that he gave up turned out to be a monster.
And white just played a ruthless attack. Altogether, there are probably, how many boards? Maybe 40 boards? 35 boards? I can see.
But it was limited to 50 players.
Okay, so 25 boards. That's right, limited to 25. Okay.
There's
Yeah, because of Omicron, we're much reduced.
yes, the land is there, and we will get back to a more civilized world, but now only 25 board. And you see Wiley Winslow, he did not give up his beautiful strong man for the bishop. Played bishop g3.
Yeah.
Positional trump, the knight on e5.
Well, white's probably going to move the bishop. Bishop looks fine on d1. Or it could go to h5 maybe.
But what's good about bishop g3 is now that c pawn is very secure. So,
And black can switch over to the rook over to e7 or something like that.
yeah, at least you don't have to worry about losing your c pawn.
You mean Elliot has to worry about losing his c pawn. My soup. Supposed to be 2 GMs. Well, he's been in practice as a commentator and so on. He's quite strong.
Sorry, who are you talking about?
In the chat, they're talking about Kostya Kavutsky.
Okay.
He won the Golden State Open in Concord.
Very good, yes. That's sort of almost become a classic tournament now. It's been there for many years. A Deutschburg event.
And they had a pretty decent turnout, I heard. All right, let's go down to the only other game. This is just horrible for black.
Sebi is playing well.
Yeah, he's been ahead the whole game. This
better
game.
and better with his end game.
And here's Elliot got completely stymied over there on the queen side. I don't even see how black can make an inch of progress over there.
It's difficult, but he will try.
Maybe rook f. Oh, and you might even have to worry about bishop c8 and attacking the pawns on the queen side if you're not careful.
Jaden Jew's playing very,
This
very
this is
well.
the time to offer a draw. We have
Good strategy.
what? We have 6 DGT boards.
A good strategy for Winslow.
We have 6 DGT boards going here. Only 2 games are going on right now. Jaden Zhu versus Elliot Winslow on board 1, and the top board of the under 1800 section, which has been just a wipeout for the last 20 moves, if not more, with white a piece ahead, then a rook ahead, and so on. Ah, so you're asking how many DGT boards there were at the Golden State Open. Okay. All right.
Paul, I apologize. I'm feeling a bit ill, and I'm going to sign off for tonight.
Okay. All right. We'll see you later, Nick. Take care of yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Paul.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, Grandmaster Nick Fermian is leaving for the evening, and we're here. We're here with Jaden Zhu versus Elliot Winslow on board 1 of the Tuesday night marathon. And I'm FIDE Master Paul Whitehead, and the only talking head here at the club right now, as Nick has left us. So, I'm sitting in the chess office at the Mechanics Institute. We've put at the mechanics here. We've put the DGT boards on the on some of the lower rated section boards. Like right now, we have this is the board 1 in the under 1800 section. So you don't have to be a grandmaster to be on our DGT boards. Sebi is bringing the point home here. I predict a new queen on the board before long. And Elliot Winslow is grinding this out against Jaden Zhu. Or Jaden Zhu is grinding this out against Elliot Winslow. We'll find out ultimately. We might be in this for the long haul here. This is a closely fought game here on board 1. I'm going to switch over quickly to this Sebi's game here. Black, of course, can do nothing about white queening the A-pawn. Elliot's in the think tank here. Jaden's game is always the last to finish. Well, it shows he's spending his time. He's thinking. He's fighting. That's what you do. Makes for good chess players. I think Elliot is not really getting anywhere here. Nick signed off. He wasn't feeling well, he said, publicly. So.
That's only 2 games going.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're a one-man show?
I'm a one-man show.
Oh wow, that game's so long.
Elliot retreats the knight, attacking the rook, which I suspect will go back to f2. And then we'll probably get rook e7 check and maybe rook e1, and some black might be taking a little bit of a chance doing that because the white bishop can snake around to c8. Well, white definitely... well, both the knights are good here. I mean, the knight at c3 is now just doing a fantastic job defending the d5 pawn, holding back the c pawn. The bishops are just, I mean, the bishops are kind of good here. I mean, the exchange of bishops probably would be... This is a difficult position to call here. I think black definitely doesn't want to allow bishop for knight exchange. So that's why black, of course, didn't take on g4. The black bishop is really not doing much except for just sort of anchoring the c4 pawn. I mean, maybe it could come into action at f1 later, but or something like that. Or back around to f7. Right now, it's really difficult to say. The players are trying to, you know, I mean, if I'm white, I would want to play a5 and fix those pawns there on the light squares where they can be attacked with bishop c8. That would make black extremely nervous to exchange rooks, for example. Right now, the two knights are the sort of the important pieces. Boy, this is a tough little game here. And of course, this is just black. Black is now down the queen, a whole queen, but still fighting. Sebi.
Finally got it done.
Well, his opponent played on and on and on and on and on.
On and on and on.
Yeah, the black rook that's why I'm thinking maybe rook e7 and rook e1. But like I said, the queen side could become quite vulnerable after bishop c8. And black doesn't have a really good way of making the pawns work on the queen side now at all that I can see. The white king is probably better placed than the black king, and black has to be careful which pieces he exchanges. He could, you know, like I said, but the idea of bishop c8 is just so disturbing for black here. I think we think Elliot blew his advantage somewhere right around here with this pawn c4 move. I can't see why his position has made any improvement. In fact, perhaps it was time for black to think about exchanging rooks back here. Instead, c4 came, and this idea of playing for pawn to b5 just didn't seem to work. And this was a nice move, b4. And a tactic to take advantage of the situation. If c takes b3, rook b4 is surprisingly strong there. And now black, I think, has nothing. And see, white is offering the exchange of bishop for knight, but that's not something that black really wants to do. On the other hand, leaving the bishop on the board allows the possibility of bishop c8. Yeah, and I don't think black wants to exchange the bishops either. Yeah, that's a good point. So that white might have the idea of playing bishop f5 here. And black has got to be careful. He's sort of drifting into an, it's possible he could drift into an inferior position, which is why I was talking about the strategic draw for a little bit ago. And this is our last game. Mr. Saturday Night himself, Mr. Tuesday Night himself, rather, Elliot Winslow. Ahead on the clock, but I don't think black really looks like he has any advantage anymore. I can't really see a configuration of pieces. The knight was greatly placed on e5, but then what? Where did it go to? It couldn't go anywhere. If black could put his king on e5, that might be good. I think we're just... and in fact, if white plays pawn a5, I think white can almost claim an advantage. And the white king can come to d4. Yeah, the white king is definitely better placed than his counterpart. Yeah, white, both players can probably lose their way here if they're not careful either. A difficult position to play. That's why I think a draw, the player should agree to a draw right now. I'll try to send that in through Messenger to both of them.
The vibes.
Yeah. Hey guys, what about a draw?
About a draw, we can wrap this up.
I know you love chess here, but don't make a spectacle of yourselves.
Why risk you guys looking foolish?
I mean, you already sent Nick home sick, so... No, that's completely unfair.
I sent him home sick. Tough game.
Yeah.
And Elliot's now using a lot of time.
Yeah, Elliot's blown his advantage, I think. I think white black really has next to nothing here. There are positions which are just, I mean, and white may have an even possibility of playing a5 and b5. Not that I would necessarily do that, but can black's knight go to f6? How about knight e7? I mean, that's a good square, maybe, knight f6. How are things at Oxford?
Good.
Good.
Very
Excellent. Yeah. Judith's daughter's in Oxford.
Let's just say I'm proud of her. So.
I've met the young woman, and I would be proud of her too, if I was her papa.
Yeah. I'm printing for Danny for tomorrow.
I think Elliot's trying to make water out of a stone. Is that what you say? We're
Yeah.
trying to extract water from a stone here.
I'm gonna start printing.
Okay, we're going to get to hear the copying machine in a moment, folks. We're in the office. That's what happens. Drowning me out. I'm going to go on record as saying that even though I haven't run this through a computer or anything, black has this. No player has a shred of an advantage in this position. I'm gonna see if I can find we're on some websites that give oh, but we're not listed on the right now. We're not listed on the chess bomb. I don't think, although we usually are. He plays b6. He's obviously maybe worried about that idea of his pawns getting thrashed by the bishop at c8. Trying to keep things locked up on the queen side. But really, this is only a minor issue here. If white plays king d4, even white can slowly try to improve his position too with g3 and h4 maybe. And there's still this idea of white playing bishop f5. And now, where's the knight going to go to? I suspect that Elliott will move the knight back to e5 or maybe e7, g8, f6. Wiley Winslow, as Nick calls him. The Wiley Winslow. Of course, that's the other thing going on here is that, you know, Black is an experienced international master, and White has a long way to go in that regard in gaining that kind of experience. But as we've seen over and over and over again, chess is a young person's game.
Yes.
Chess is a young person's game. It didn't used to be thought of that way. It used to be thought of that the old graybeards knew everything, but no longer. Now we know. I think that all started to change with Paul Morphy. I mean, you know, if you look back at that London 1851 tournament, that was sort of the beginning of modern chess. And you had all these kind of gray-bearded players over there on the continent, players like Staunton and all these players. And then along comes Paul Morphy, you know, in his 20s. And he's just destroying everybody. And, you know, after him there were some really good players, and Steinitz was, you know, dethroned. But he was dethroned by a very young Lasker, who was in his 20s too. So the World Championship started to belong to players in their 20s, you know, pretty much. Starting with Paul Morphy, the strongest players were developing at a young age. And the trend continues with Abdul Sattarov. See, I probably said that name correctly. World Rapid Champion at the age of 17. And he's the youngest title holder of any of these titles, I think, of either World Champion in Classical, Blitz, or Rapid. Abdul Sattarov has that record now. Elliott always was a bit of a time pressure addict, so if he...
It's strange because when you unplugged it, you saw that little dot disappear.
Here.
Yes, and now we plugged it in, and now it's here. It's like somehow.
There's a whole lot of slamming going on here in the chess
How
club.
we fix things, right?
Brute force is fixing electronic equipment.
Just turn it off and on and then slam it. Right?
Yeah. Turn it on, turn it off, throw it to the ground, wrestle it into submission.
Okay. You see?
Yeah.
It's like it. Okay.
Jesus.
And we don't have a toner for this, right? Because you have a toner there, but that's not it, right?
No, it was for this one.
Okay.
Gotta be
No laughing in the chess club.
There's no funny in chess.
Yeah, there's no fun in chess, yeah. Despite our best efforts.
Yeah, that's fine.
And why doesn't Elliott just agree to a draw or offer a draw or something?
Okay.
our tech support is in the office here.
Well, you know, am I really gonna answer this phone at like almost 10? Disable. Yeah. Who's calling? Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Is it Kasparov?
No, it's me.
Oh, it's Ming the Merciless.
Yeah.
Judy speaking. How can I help you? Oh yeah. Yes, he did. Unfortunately, December 31st. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh. See something?
No, I'm seeing Elliot just burning away time on his clock and thinking about his move, and he has, no
moves to be had.
Nothing. There's no moves to be had here.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing going on here.
What could he be thinking?
He's trying to will himself to victory here.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And I'm just, I don't see.
No, it's a good.
If I put that knight anywhere on the board, I couldn't even find a good place for it. You know what I mean? Just where can that black knight be happy?
Especially the youth chess in Hungary, in Budapest. His team was doing really good in the individual youth and the team youth championship in Hungary. So yeah, it was a big loss for the chess community back in Hungary.
What's this at the chess community in Hungary? Incredible.
Say it again, sorry.
Ming knows everything.
Yeah, it's
Not
Okay,
very much,
Abel,
maybe
come-
once or twice. Yeah.
Join me. I'll don my mask.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be good to
Take a stroll.
take a stroll with
around the city.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
Mm. Yeah. Okay.
I learned a lot about chess just watching Nick have a
Yeah.
glass of wine.
Yeah. Stop by at one of these places and we can talk.
I think if I'm with black,
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Play 95 and just then what?
then wait. It's almost like you just gotta wait for
Yeah, for
an error, right? Like you,
yeah. I mean, that's the
Just-
one thing is that Winslow makes less errors, but his position is not better here.
I mean, could you be thinking, all right, my position's not better. I really don't have anything, but is there something I can do to make it look complicated to induce an error? Chess players think like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I'm racking my brains here trying to find something that looks like it's a way to play, and I'm trying to find a good score for that knight. But where? Even if I had my choice of where to put it, I couldn't.
There you go.
So if white plays king d4, there is the possibility that the black rook can come down to e1. And that's maybe what Elliot's playing for. So the king, but if the king goes back to d2, then I guess that's a little bit of a victory for black. But where's the infiltration? Where's the...
Just by having control of the file.
Just making the king go back. I mean, king d4 is a little risky because of rook e1 and the rook is sort of behind the lines there, even though I'm not even sure if he can attack anything after that.
If it can't attack anything, then it's
Then we should just
cost, right?
declare it a draw.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No attack, draw.
Yeah.
Sorry, Elliot, but
We just go up to the board, guys. There's no attack here.
Yeah, what are you
It's
doing? Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, what's the matter? Can't you?
Decent people.
Yeah,
wanna
it's
start
time for
sleep.
bingo. The last game of the evening between International Master Elliot Winslow Black against 15-year-old. Yeah, it's Jaden's birthday, so we should be talking to Elliot about that. But I wonder if that's considered cheating or something. You know, telling some. Just kidding. And they'll be on the increment before we know it. I'm looking for a piece of. Oh, maybe I'll be right back. I'm gonna look for a piece of gum. Maybe the next time we see each other, unless you want to go out afterwards. Then how do we get back in? I don't know. Here.
Oh, you can take it.
I'll just leave it here. All right, folks. I'm back with a piece of gum. So Elliot has a possibility of playing rook e1 here. And I'm not sure that that's any big deal. White might even take on g6. And then play a5. And if b5, there's always the nagging possibility that white can play knight takes b5. I guess you could take on a1, a5, and play rook a1. Maybe that's... King d2 was safer. King d4 is a little bit risky for white. Rook e1 doesn't quite threaten anything, but it is penetration of a sort. They're behind the lines. Bishop e2, maybe, if rook e1. A knight ending might be tough for black if white can pick up past c-pawn. Knight h4 threatens knight f5 check, and I guess that can be met by bishop g4. But White's playing with a little danger here, playing king d4. There was no real reason for it. Knight h4, bishop g4, h5, bishop c8. Or bishop e6, yeah. I mean, this is... Rook e1 looks like the only try. To me, right now. Maybe knight h4, bishop g4, and then rook e1. Isn't bishop g6 a good exchange for white? So he's trying to force white to take on g6. White is a little tied up there, but... And there's still the possibility of a rook coming down at e1, so... Maybe bishop g4 trying to get into c8, and then knight e7, bishop e6. You have to do something here. Bishop g6, h takes g6. White's a little tied up. Black has the rook e1 move. And if bishop e2, knight e2, knight e7, knight c3, no, black can't afford to lose the bishop e2 might be the move here. If bishop takes e2, knight takes e2, and if knight e7, knight could go back to c3. If black plays b5, the b5 pawn is going to be weak. I'm liking bishop e2. And it fits in well with the king g4 move. Yeah, I like bishop e2. Goes this way. No, this leaves black with knight e7 now, maybe. Which I guess is just tying white up more. White can play bishop e6. Threatening rook f7 check. I don't see it. Yeah, knight e7 is met by bishop f6, bishop e6. Knight f5 check, you can just take it at that point. That would be good for white. It's possible black could lose this game by overextending his hand. Quite possible. I'm just not seeing how black is making progress here. Although there's still the rook e1 move. And then bishop e6, knight e5. I mean, that's pretty maximum placement of black forces. I think bishop e2 was a missed opportunity for white there. Clarifying things. Pity the poor commentators. We're always the last to know about everything, you know? I mean, I'm trying to look inside their heads, and they're not letting me do it. Oh, the meeting has ended after 40 minutes idle time. Look at that.
Oh, you disappeared.
Oh wow. Why was it idle?
Maybe because Nick got off?
Oh, maybe. Should we wrap it? No, let me.
See if you can,
Let me get it
if
back
you
here.
want to solve this, you can go ahead.
Yeah, we'll try this.
After all, we might be in our last broadcast.
Oh, there's not sufficient disk space to continue recording.
Is that because OBS is on here?
I've never seen that though.
I got frequent notices. There were notices that the machine had too much, that was running out of disk space.
Oh.
So you might have to go to settings and then see what it's advising you to delete. We need a tech person here to look at the computers. I mean, this.
Before I leave, since I'm not sure if I'll be able to come on Saturday. I'm gonna try, but I guess I have a couple questions. One,
Come on. Because I'm holding the door for both of you.
Wait.